On New Year's Day, I like to spend my day doing something I hope to fill my year with. Spending time outside is my favorite thing to do, and this year I planned on hiking. I had looked at hikes in the area, but a decent storm was going to be lingering all day and was threatening cold weather. Most of the hikes I had considered were accessed via long drives down dirt roads. Not willing to take a risk getting chaos stuck in the middle of nowhere, I decided to stick to the trailheads along the asphalt roads in the Mojave National Preserve. I stalled, hoping for the weather to get better and not worse, but as the clouds lingered above, I decided there was no time like the present to drive from my dispersed camping spot to the trailhead. I got my gear together as a family of 6 unloaded from their Subaru. I dressed in layers to stay warm in the 30-degree temperatures and topped everything off with my new outdoor research helium rain shell, a Christmas gift I bought myself. When I left the van, I had gloves, a beanie, and a buff to protect my exposed skin from the cold winds. I passed the family as they took pictures on the large boulders along the trail. Soon after, I was alone as I made my way through the low, yellowed grasses speckled with burned Joshua tree trunks and fallen branches. The trail started to gain elevation quickly around the 1-mile mark, then it evened out as it hit a saddle. From the saddle on, I was being pelted with small, hard pieces of snow that wasn't quite hard enough to be considered hail. It's a type of snow I affectionately like to refer to as Dippin' Dot snow. Hitting the saddle opened up my exposure to the high winds. I constantly adjusted the hood of my rain shell to protect my face and keep my beanie dry. 2 hikers hustled towards me as they jogged downhill. No time for pleasantries, maybe they were cold. They didn't seem dressed for the crazy weather. I considered turning around as the visibility dropped more and more, but I knew the summit wasn't much further. I pushed on and peeked over the boulders and rocks to see the valley below, but instead all I saw was fog. It was a unique experience I was grateful for. It was as if I was in a cloud. I tried to take pictures and videos to showcase the event, but nothing did it justice. I took a few moments to absorb the setting and turned around to venture back the way I came. I hustled down just like the hikers I saw a bit ago. I had a small, snug pack pressed against my back as I did my best to run while stepping deliberately where I wouldn't trip and fall. Once I made it back to the relatively flat valley area, I was out of the rain, snow, and high winds. I saw a waypoint on my maps for a mine slightly off trail. I peeked at it, a hole in the ground with a fancy concrete wall and metal grate blocking access. I continued the walk in eerie silence. The storm made no noise. There were no other people, just the occasional sound of 2 crows interacting with each other as they appeared to bounce from dead tree to dead tree. The hike is filled with Joshua tree skeletons, essentially leading to a rocky peak overlooking the aftermath of the dome fire from August 2020. The lightning-ignited fire spread 43,273 acres. The weather patterns and winds triggered firenadoes, which caused the fire to spread quickly and change directions erratically. The dry desert brush provided continuous fuel for the fire as it moved over the hills and across the valleys. The fire destroyed an estimated 1.3 million Joshua trees, about 25% of the contiguous forest. Sadly, the Park Service does not think these trees will recover due to the intensity of the fire and the invasive grasses which have taken over the area. Just before the parking lot, I see 2 hikers who appear to be dressed properly for the weather. We have a brief conversation about gear and how long the hike took me. I make it back to the van. I'm dry and warm, but I'm happy to climb in and drop layers. My heart is full and I am content. Overall, it was a successful first day of the year. What do I think it means for 2023? Hopefully it will be a year of wonderful, blissful moments outside. A year of solitude filled with blips of interactions with like-minded people. And I am sure it will be another year of knowing there's more to a hike than a great view.